The Jersey City Council approved a measure that will make the 2017 municipal election move from May to November. However, that did not stop administration critics from voicing their opinion on the matter. Last night, the Council approved the first reading of an ordinance that would change the date of the regular municipal election from the second Tuesday in May to the day of the general elections in November, which would take effect in 2017. Ward C Councilman Rich Baggiato and Ward D Councilman Michael Young voted no, but the measure still passed 7-2. A non-binding referendum won by a slim margin of 52% to 48% on last week's ballot question. Baggiato, a frequent critic of Mayor Stephen Fulop, who has already expressed an interest in running for mayor in 2017, explained why he no longer supports moving the general election.
When I first heard it, I thought it was a great idea. But then I realized having an elections in May is a Jersey City tradition. I looked at the runoff on holidays. For me, Thanksgiving and Christmas are very important times. Imagine a mayor or a council person in a race with several other people. We could have someone who may get 15% of the vote and be elected to represent the people of Jersey City. This is wrong, and we will not really be saving $400,000. The other thing is, the other day when we had the election, it was basically a 50-50 split on the vote. And 4% of the people do not represent the other 96% of the people. And I don't think by having it in November we'll bring out any more people. And a perfect example of that was the other day when we had the election. Really, nobody came out, and it was November.
During the public portion of the meeting, Jersey City resident Barbara Kabocha argued that it would be self-serving for Fulop to extend his first term as mayor by 6 months, also pointing out that Ward A, where she lives, voted down the ballot question in what she considered a first for the ward in going against the grain.
I call it one thing, self-serving. Extending your own terms by 6 months is unacceptable. If you were going to consider changing this, it should apply not this time around, but the second time around, so that no one can judge you as self-serving, right? I want to talk specifically to my council at large and my councilman Gajewski. Ward A hardly ever goes against the flow. I mean, I can't actually think of a situation where Ward A has taken a stand that goes contrary to the flow. In this first instance, we voted against it. There wasn't a single voting district in Ward A that supported this. And I would like my representatives to reflect that reality. When I think about this vote, and how very clearly it demonstrates a tale of two cities where you have Ward A and Ward F once again becoming outliers, it really raises some concerns for me. And I hope that you will give a lot of consideration to what you are about to vote on, because it's going to be changed forever.
Bill Matsakudis, Corporation Counsel under Mayor Jeremiah Healey, who also represented 5 plaintiffs in a lawsuit that changed the language of the municipal election ballot question, also questioned the strength of the election results and how much money the city would really save by moving the election.
What we're talking about changing here is the city's charter, which many people look at as the city's constitution, and it was drafted 60 years ago after a detailed study and analysis. And one of the things that people looked at then was keeping the election in May, to keep it distinct and separate so people would be able to focus on local issues and not have the distraction of statewide elections and elections for state legislature and governor. And in my opinion, that if you're going to change the city charter, you should do so if you have a strong mandate. And last week's election was anything but a mandate. What is the real deal on the savings here? You know, the question had something about 400,000, then the city spokesman said something about 600,000. I presume that there's some savings here, and I can see that. I just don't see it at that number or understand it. I think there's also a substantial chance that if you have a combination of this many candidates, we're talking up to 50 candidates, right? When you combine all these elections, then you may have to have additional machines, and I've been told by people in the election business, if you will, whether they be clerks or people who work for machine companies, they might have to get new machines. So you may not actually have the savings, but a cost increase. I don't have access to that information.
Additionally, he seconded Baggiato's assessment of last week's election, where less than 10% of Jersey City voters came out to the polls, as proof that November elections don't automatically make for a solid turnout. Fulop's office has previously pointed out that he has advocated for moving the municipal election since 2010 and has scoffed at the notion that this is happening so that he could run for re-election in November 2017 in the event that he loses the Democratic primary for the governor's race in June of the same year. I'm John Hayes with the Hudson County View, the eye of the community.